Hello, almost Shabbat Shalom. Look at that, look at these skies, look at that, look at these patterns. I'm in Malibu, and if I go left here, that's the Monica of Santa. But this is just gorgeous. This is just, what a blessing. What a blessing. So I'm here in Malibu. Beautiful, beautiful colors, you know, all this excitement about creation, this wonderful joy. You know, every time some days are gray, some days are these colors. You know, orange is the color of our sacral chakra, and sacral chakra, our second chakra, is really the chakra of our creativity, our sexuality, warmth, all these places where we go to create, to remember. You know, it's this warmth color, beautiful. I love it. Allows creativity to just. So what happened actually? You know what? Here's the thing. You know, and this is just coming to me. We're going to talk about Parashat BeShalach, the BeShalach portion. Talking about creation and be excited by creativity. You know, what is really happening when we create? When we create, we're trusting. We're trusting. There is here an enormous amount of trust when we're creating. Right? There is an enormous amount of trust when we're creating. There is a trust in the universe. There is a trust in us. There is a trust in our process. Trust. Complete trust. Like if some people, for example, that write music cannot write when they're down because it's too emotional. I know some people like that. I can write, you know, for me it's different. You know, it could be like this, could be like that, but there is a sense of trust. When I sit and I do my art, or when I play music, or when I write, there is a certain amount of trust, and that trust is unshakable. It's really unshakable. And there is with the trust, it's not an emotion, it's not any of that. It's a certain state. It's a state of being, a state of trust. A state of trust, knowing that everything is going to flow and everything is flowing. And here's the thing. Doesn't matter what comes out, we trust it's good. Even this video, every Friday when I come to talk about whatever we're talking about and to encourage and to empower, I have these butterflies that go up, north, south, east, west, and all these kind of things that say, oh, what are you going to talk about? And you know, and it comes. Because when we don't think, literally, and we allow ourselves to flow, it comes out. So this matter of trust is trust in the creation, but trust in ourselves. So trust is a state. It's not an emotional state. It's a state of being. And when we're starting our spiritual journey is many times coupled and bundled maybe with all kind of experiences, with all kind of challenges, with all kind of, let me see if you really trust, if you're really trusting yourself. Let me see if you're really what you say you are. A spiritual person. Okay, let's see if you really are that. And there are all these events or challenges or opportunities if we want to be positive about these things, right? Because we want to be positive. Because when we're positive, there are opportunities. If we're negative, these are bad things that are happening. So in this portion, for example, and I'll come back to this on our plane, on this portion of the Torah, a portion BeShalach, the Israelites are leaving Egypt, they're going out of Egypt, and now they're in front of the Red Sea. And so they're in front of the Red Sea, and they're like, what do we do? Where are we going? And so they're crying to Moses, saying, Moses, what'd you bring us? And then Datan and Aviram, those two that were all the time questioning Moses and like, oh, what did you do? You took us out of good place that we had food, we had shelter. You took us, you brought us here to this place. They're saying to Moses, what do you bring us? Where are we going from here? And Moses talks to God, and God says, what do you want from me? Tell them to go. I told you to go. Move through that. And where we go, there's only one person, Nachshon ben Aminadav. Nachshon, the son of Aminadav, that doesn't ask questions and says, what are you talking about? God says, let's move, let's go. And he goes into the water until the water reaches here. And when the water reaches here, there is the miracle of the opening of the ocean and all the stuff that we know that Israel went through the Red Sea, and then the Egyptians were drowned. So there is this really, and there is another sentence in the scriptures that says, also when a sword is laid on your neck, don't give up hope. Do not give up prayer. Do not give up the hope, because until the last minutes, it's about almost like testing. Like, are you really? Or are you just, when you're comfortable, you're okay saying that, but when you're a little bit uncomfortable, you're going to run around, run away, right? And so we have that so many times. We have that so many times when we're saying, am I really, what is this challenge? If this challenge is really here to should I go back? Should I turn around? Should I go to what I'm familiar with? Because, to be honest with you, what we're familiar with is always appears to be easier to handle with, because it's like a rubber in a slingshot. We're like pulled back. But that's not the case. It's about, okay, we are in this place, and can we pass the raft? Can we pass the raft of this, the peak of the challenge? Because the challenge, when it comes, it has a peak, just like every story. There is the incline, and then there is the peak, and then it starts declining. And when it starts declining, it's when things are smooth, when things are easy, you're comfortable, you're happy with your choices, you're kind of smooth sailing. But and it's not about putting a certain amount of time on this. The incline can take a while. The incline can take a while and can be a long process, can be a long journey, can be something that is debilitating at times. But it is for us not to give up going through the challenges, going through the mountain and not around it, in any situation. So when you are here now in this situation, continue to climb. Don't when the water looks like, oh, it's coming to my chest, I should give up and I go back. Continue. I'm working on a film for the past 13 years. If I knew then what I know now, probably I wouldn't start. But and more of this will come to light as things will progress. But I'm pushing through. This is a life project. This is a healing project. This is a project that everybody needs to hear about and of, and it's coming. So each one of us has some kind of a project, some kind of a life project, some kind of a life challenge. Of how are we taking this into beyond what appears to be comfortable, beyond that stage. So beyond that stage, push a little bit forward, go forward. This is the time to rise, because how do we rise? After we did like a long workout, and now we are, as we say, laying on leaves of dafna. How do you say dafna? Oops. laying comfortably after we pushed and we went through the challenge. Don't give up. Shabbat Shalom.